Welcome everyone. It's your girl, Zangoma, aka the Dope Healer Dealing Hope. And this is this is a channeled message here. I was watching a movie with my daughter a few moments ago. And I really like how God really works through God works through like everything, anything. You just need to pay attention. I just like spat out there. And this movie was basically about an untamable sort of faith. Okay. The name of the movie is called Stallion. It is on Netflix. You can just go watch it. So yeah, the sort of like the way the downloads that were coming in for me as like I was watching with my daughter was really about having, or the importance of having, an untamable faith. Or because if we say an untamable spirit, it seems like, you're just like wilding, you just be out here doing whatever it is that you want, and like, as in like having no like sense of like compass, or like sense of like, okay, there's consequences type shit. I'm more like the channeled message as I was watching that is really about having an untamable faith, as in your faith cannot be tamed. If someone says like, oh, it doesn't really matter what's happening, do you get what I mean? Is here she comes. It's literally just like, ooh, careful. Okay. Careful, babe.
Come on, I can.
So okay, I think that's it. An untamable faith. Hold on, okay. Okay, so we're gonna continue where I left off, right? Oh, and I watched that video that I made. The name of the movie is actually called Spirit, not Stallion. It's about a horse. So I think my brain was like confusing it. So what I was saying is about having an untamable faith, right? And that is quite literally so, so vital in the times that we find ourselves in right now. It's the untamable faith in goodness, in restoration, in justice, in goodness, justice, restoration. Those are the words that I'm hearing. For the highest good. For the highest good. And I actually have, my Bible here today with us. And I'm just going to channel some messages also. So I opened on to Philippians chapter 1, and literally my eyes like went straight to verse 2. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine, making request for you all with joy, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. I guess I know. I ain't even gonna go too deep into the tarot. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Is like who bruh, the faith that you had, the faith no had no bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. The faith, maybe that's relevant for someone. The faith that you had, maybe it was, dwindling, or for whatever reason. That faith needs to return with the utmost quickness, and it needs to be untamable. That is your confirmation for whoever. Okay? Because that faith, oh, this is what I was saying, because that's that line in, what verse was that? I think verse 5. Philippians chapter 1, verse 5. Gosh, nah, wow, I can't find it. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, here. Oh, it's verse 6, sorry. Being confident of this very thing. What is this very thing? What is that very thing? The faith that God, whatever that faith, we have faith for a reason. We don't just like are faithful and like because we have free will, and you can choose to use your free will to have faith, right? So it's literally like that whole thing of being so confident that whatever was put in your heart by the divine, by God, by spirit, by however you want to call it, that which was put in your heart that is good. And that's why I opened this message by saying that all the goodness, the restoration, the justice, it will materialize, it will come to fruition. No matter what he say, she say, who, what, when, the weather, the storm. No. Okay? So whatever God put in your heart, trust it's going to come to fruition, because there's no reason. There's no there's a God is not a God of like vanity. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not just gonna like say things or just like inspire you for no reason. You might feel like you've lost your way, whatever, indecisions, don't know which way to go, the seed of doubt, that energy of doubt. No. We really rebuking that energy right here. We are transmuting that energy. Okay. What else? Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit messages for this collective, for their highest good. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, God. Messages for this collective. Yeah. Archangel Raphael coming out very strongly, healing the heart. Maybe healing the heart so that you can even begin to have faith again. Because remember, our lower chakras, especially if they are out of balance, it's very hard to connect to our heart, because we're here, we're so much stuck in the 3D, and I'm not judging that. It's not a judgment. It's just remembering that even that is a sort of programming to keep a certain narrative and a certain vibration going, right? And I know we all live different life experiences, but ultimately, I believe we will always be faced with the truth of who it is that we are, some way, shape, or form. You know, and mm, this healing, this healing is vital to return you back to your untamable faith, to restore your untamable faith in goodness. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Mm. Music. Restore yourself. One of the best ways, or one of the gifts that we have, is actually sound, to restore our vibration. So even your own voice, for example, can be a source of power or destruction. Or when I mean power, obviously I mean that like a sense of strength, right? Or it can be a source of destruction, depending on how it is that you choose to speak and the words that come out of your mouth. Hence, the power of life lies in the. So I'm actually very like, I don't like when people are like, oh, I'm gonna pray for. No, don't do that. Don't do that, baby. I got it. I got it. And not even on some, like I can just sense, for example, if it's sincere or not. I think that's also something this collective can maybe resonate with, is sincerity and just full decorum, right? This message is, I know, a little bit different. I'm not uh, tapping into the lunations or whatever, but I just feel very strongly about this message on my heart, inspired by this movie. So, and also like it's really symbolic of this year, because this year it's going to be very dynamic. It is very dynamic already, but it's going to, the where we just got started. Just getting started, and there's a level of adaptability that is required. And remember, adaptability requires you to also have faith, because when things remain the same, you know, and obviously it's a human thing, when our sense of whatever gets disruptive or disrupted, stability, it's obviously it's obviously stressful to the nervous system, and it's obviously disheartening, and it's threatening. Hence why I'm saying it's going to be very important for attunement of the heart chakra. Attunement of the heart chakra. Yeah. But even in that attunement of the heart chakra is understanding that understanding where you start or where you begin and someone else ends. I don't know why like that message is also coming up quite strongly, but that untamable faith in both thyself is and I'd say the divine power is actually what's required, you know? Mm. Mm. I need to meditate on this message. Just give me a second. Okay. Untamable faith requires a container with the capacity for such, right? So, and I actually see it as the container not being like a very fixed one. It's one that like can stretch. Like I don't know. I'm actually seeing I'm seeing a womb. I'm seeing a womb. So please, like, even if you are male, whatever, stay with me. Because a womb stretches and allows for the growth of this new life, right? Like, because it's quite literally very tiny, and then it stretches as this life grows. So as that faith grows, because faith can grow, and hence I'm saying having the capacity to do so. It's not like a rigid thing. It's not, like a concrete thing. Like yeah, you know. And we can literally develop or train ourselves to do so. And the way it is that we do so is we need to have a healthy container, because that faith, that untamable faith, aka that new life, you know, requires a healthy vessel, requires a vessel that is nourished and nourishing. And I think this is very important, like I said, in the times that we find ourselves in, because it's it's changing. A lot is changing, a lot is unraveling, a lot is being revealed, and a lot will still continue to be revealed. And if you don't learn how to, well, let me not speak in negative, you need to learn how to integrate and to maintain your own vibration regardless of what's going around you. I know it can be, I know it sounds easier said than done, and oftentimes it can be. However, it's crucial. So that's why I was even talking about like sound, music as a way to attune yourself. So even your own voice, honey, you know? And it's for you to then also be nourished and be nourishing. You need to take care of yourself, point blank, period. Take care of your mental health, take care of your body, take care of your spirit. And a there's never been a time like where being selectively permeable is crucial. It is crucial. See, Neptune in Pisces was all, oh yeah, you know, letting it all in, fantasies. Neptune is in Aries now. What? Whose illusion? What? No, I'm not buying into that. I'm not buying into that. I'm not buying what you're selling. I ain't buying what you're selling. So it's understanding and embracing your own sovereignty. I'm not saying become cold and not like don't become, don't be compassionate. I'm just saying, like I said, boundaries. Know where you begin and where someone else ends, for example. So again, nourishing nourishing thyself and being able to then nourish others from a sense and a place of power rather than just like depletion. So fill up your cup. Aries is also very much a child, like a child, very much about like the inner child. So are you tending to that inner child? Or are you being bogged down by the weight of the world, by the pressures of the world? That's the message. Take care of yourself so you can restore that untamable faith within the goodness materializing, within restoration, within justice coming to pass, because it will. But we need to be empowered, and we need to empower ourselves now so more than ever. I'm going to pull an oracle message, last oracle message. Thank you, angels, thank you, spirit, but messages for this collective here about their untamable faith, restoring their untamable faith. Thank you, angels, thank you, spirit, thank you, God. Thank you. All right. Give it to God. Rest. That serenity prayer. Look, Lord, give me the strength to change the things that I can and accept the things that I can't. Like, let it go. Do what you can. Have that inner authority over your own feelings, over your own ways of moving through the world. Become a portal or a source of power and, I'd say, strength. And the way you do that is by quite literally training every day. Every day training so that you can have that untamable faith. You're like, huh, what? Where in the world? It's a muscle, this thing. Start small if you need to, so that you don't get overwhelmed. You know?